Hey guys, Barry with FatherSeekers. This is the FS 100 Challenge, episode 28. Unbelievable. Lots of ground covered. Let me review the last 3 weeks because they have been in my mind, very important, very foundational pieces. Now, we've covered a lot of ground in all of these weekly challenges. But the last three, and today we'll make four, we've really drilled down, gone a little longer, gave more instruction, gave more how-tos to move in to our last home stretch, down the stretch. So let me review. 3 weeks ago, we talked about being connected. You have to be connected. Week before last, we talked about circles, developing circles, growing together, getting to know each other in the circle, a circle of 5, and developing to a degree where we scale up and escalate forward, becoming a cadre. A cadre is a well-trained revolutionary movement of men, but it's also an individual. So it's a group and it's an individual. So I want today to collect all of those last 3 and make the final connection of all these different pieces together with my title today for this week, and that is community. It's a misused word, but I want to tie it together based on my last 3 weeks with you, talking to you about being connected, about being in a circle of men, and about that circle of men growing into a cadre of men, and why that's important, why those steps are crucial, critical to be part of a community. I know lots of guys who are a part of a community, but the part that they are is the fringe. They're outside looking in. They're not inside looking out, trying to enjoy the beauty of being a part of a community of people who love God and who are on mission in journey together toward heaven. I heard a statistic. I hope this puts it together for you. But when we look at our lives, James says our lives are but a vapor. In other words, our 85 years, 75, 85 years that we live on this earth as a man, they're a vapor compared to eternity. Why is community so important? It's a place where we work and love together, but we're knit together inside a larger community. We are a part, not just of a community of faith, but I would extend it further and say a community of heaven, an alien community on this earth. James even says that Peter says in 1 Peter that we're aliens here on this earth. He actually uses the word aliens. We're aliens here because we're citizens of heaven. We're living as good citizens on this earth of heaven to be ready. And I just would add this. I might add this, that we're in the last days of the last days. I truly believe with all my heart that we will see the catching away of the church, and we will see leading up to the tribulation. I used to think I would die before that happened. I don't believe that anymore. That's why community is so important. We have to be in community. We have to be in circles, small circles. Our wives and our ladies, our kids need to be in circles, and those circles need to grow strong and healthy, and men need to be in cadres. Our wives need to be in circles that develop into cadres who love their husbands and their kids, and they pray, and they know how to touch heaven with their prayers, and they love each other. That's what builds a community. Circles who develop into cadres, who develop into now communities. We're connected together. But I want to talk to you about why community is so important today and what we need to do to move into it. Now, the last few episodes, I've been going a little longer, giving more information, diving deep, and that's probably the way it's going to be from here on out. because we're in the last run here. It's very important that we grasp some of these pieces to insert into our disciplines, our thinking. You've been working on this 17 minutes a day, being consistent, not perfect, consistent. Spending time with God, developing your heart, your mind, your soul, your body, your strength, your emotional health. So all of that plays into this whole idea of community. So here we go. Community is this. When we talk about community, there are three pieces of it. The last 3 weeks we've been talking about number one, the first piece, and that is brotherhood. Brotherhood, get connected to brothers, get connected to a circle, turn into cadres, and wage war against the flesh, the devil, and the culture. If we don't change this culture, well, we are agents of change, and we will change the culture by our resistance, by default, but we will take away from this culture people who have been captured by the enemy and are held prey and prisoner. But the brotherhood, number one, is the first part of the community. The last 3 weeks I've talked about brotherhood. You know what brotherhood is. Who are your brothers, I would ask you? And are you consistently, reasonably timed, and purposefully connected to them? Is your connection to your brothers resulting in fruitfulness and faithfulness? Is there fruit from your community of brotherhood? Do you have fruit that's eternal, that's everlasting, that's life-changing? Number two is, are we including our family into this community? Are we bringing our family along with us as we grow with our brothers? Are we developing them as individuals? Are we developing circles for them to be involved in? Are we seeing to it that they're not left behind? Our family is our most important circle. They're our most important cadre. They're our most important community. But as we develop them and train them and bring them along, they are exposed to others in this community. We have to lead the way, men. We have to be the ones on the front edge. Number three, the last piece of this whole idea of community is, it's not just a community to hang out and have fun, although that's a big part of it, to celebrate, to grieve, to walk through trouble, but it's also a community of faith where we're engaged in the mission of heaven. As a group of brothers, as a cadre, circles, our families, are we fully engaged in the mission of heaven? Are we faithfully and regularly serving the Lord Jesus in the mission of heaven? Are we interlinked with other communities, our connectedness, our circles, our cadres? Are our wives connected? Are our kids connected? Community of faith. Here we go, guys. We're in the end run in the last days. Community will play a strategic part in our success as men of God, as warriors of heaven, but also as fathers, sons, husbands. Let's go for it all the way. This is Barry with FatherSeekers, and this is the FS 100 Challenge.